page number 48, and you'll raise your hands for the answers. And I gave you the homework also yesterday to find the question answers, and this puzzle was there. Have you solved this puzzle? Anyone?
Yes.
Yes, ma'am.
Yes.
Okay, we'll discuss that also if time is there. Okay. So first question, what is agriculture? So keep pencil also with you, because you have to mark the answers in some answers you have to mark in the book, some I'll give you. Okay. So be ready with your book and pencil. So first question is, what is agriculture? We'll take the answer from Kamaljeet. Yes, Kamaljeet. Unmute yourself.
Ma'am, the science and art of cultivation on the soil, raising crop and rearing livestock. It is also called farming or agriculture.
Yes. So come on page 41. Page number 41. Take the answer here. In this box, do you know? Under agriculture, it is written the science and art of cultivation on the soil, raising crops and rearing livestock. It is also called farming. So this will be your first point. Okay, mark it. This is first point. Then second point you will write. Come on the first page, third paragraph, where it is written agriculture is a primary activity. Okay, so this will be your second point. First point will be your definition. The science and art of cultivation on the soil, raising crops and rearing livestock. It is also called farming. First point. Second point will be agriculture is a primary activity. Okay. Third point, it includes growing crops, fruits, vegetables, flowers, and rearing of livestock. Fourth point, 50% in the world, 50% of persons are engaged in agricultural activity. And fifth point will be 2/3 of India's population is still dependent on agriculture. So 5 small points are there. Okay, so you will write all these 5 points in your first question, that is, what is agriculture? Clear? Any doubt to anyone? You can ask if any doubt is there. Okay, then next question. Name the factors influencing agriculture. Arpit Joshi.
Ma'am, the factors influencing agriculture, a favorable topography, soil, then climate and irrigation.
Yes. So you can write here only, book mein likh lo, answer in front of the question, that soil, comma, climate, comma, topography. Topography means what kind of land is there, physical features. Topography and irrigation facilities and population also. That also determines agriculture, that which type of agriculture will be there. Here, soil, climate, topography, irrigation facilities, and population. More can be there if it comes into your mind. Okay, these 5 are enough. And you will write all the question answers in your notebook. Nothing to skip here. Then third question, what is shifting cultivation? What are its disadvantages? We have to talk about disadvantages here. Okay, Sayam. Yes, Sayam.
Shifty cultivation is also known as slash and burn cultivation. It's a type of farming activity which involves clearing of a land plot by cutting down the trees and burning them, and the ashes are mixed with the soil. The soil crops are grown after the land lost its fertility. The farmers go to next land and do the same thing. Disadvantages of shifting cultivation is that it leads to the deforestation, loss of fertility of a particular land, insufficient cultivation of a crop, and it also causes pollution.
Yes, very good. So many are there. Okay, shifting cultivation, it is there in the book on page number 43. So this answer I'll give you from my side. Okay, but it is given in the book also. Shifting cultivation definition is given, but disadvantages, as Sayam has said rightly, it creates pollution, it creates deforestation, soil fertility is hindered, And what else was there? What else was there?
By pollution.
Yes, pollution I covered.
By pollution.
Yes, pollution is there, soil fertility is decreased, and deforestation.
Not sufficient for feeding large population.
Yes, that is also there. Okay, so these are points. This you don't write, I'll give you this answer after the class. I'll share the PDF. Then fourth is, what is plantation agriculture? Plantation. It is there in the book only. Yes. Yes, Noor. Unmute yourself.
Ma'am, plantations are a type of commercial farming where single crop of tea, coffee, sugarcane, cashew, rubber, banana, or cotton are grown.
Yes.
Large amount of labor and capital are required. The produce may be processed on the farm itself or in nearby factories. The development of a transport network is thus essential for such farming.
And next also, that major plantations are found in the tropical regions. Example also you have to give rubber in Malaysia and coffee. So on page number 44, mark the answer here. This full paragraph. First point will start from plantations are a type of commercial farming where single crop of tea, coffee, sugarcane, cashew, rubber, banana or cotton are grown. So I told you, I explained the example of banana plantation. So in the picture also you can see. So here on a large patch of land, they grow one crop only, one plant is only grown, and that can be, it requires large amount of labor and capital also. So first point will go from plantations up to grown. Okay, cotton are grown. Then second point will start from here. Large amount of labor and capital are required. Third, the produce may be processed on the farm itself or in nearby factories. The development of a transport network is thus essential for such farming. So this point will be included in your third point only. Okay. Fourth point will be major plantations are found in the tropical regions of the world, and your fifth point will be in this fifth point now you combine it and this you make it 3 and 4. Again I'm repeating. First point, plantations to grown, first line, first point. Second point, large amount of labor and capital are required, second point. Third point, the produce may be processed on the farm itself or in nearby factories. So up to factories only, third point it is. Okay. Then fourth point, the development of a transport network is thus essential for such farming. So this will be your fourth point. And last 2 lines will be your complete fifth point, that is major plantations are found in the tropical regions of the world. Again, example will be included in this point only because we never give extra mark when examples are made in the point. So that is not considered as a point. So you have to include the points in the fifth point only. So major plantations are found in the tropical regions. Then example, rubber in Malaysia, coffee in Brazil, tea in India and Sri Lanka are some examples. Clear? Is there any doubt? You can ask. Then next question is, fifth question, name the fiber crops and name the climatic conditions required for their growth. I'll take the answer from, okay, Hitika. Yes, Hitika.
Good morning, ma'am.
Good morning.
Jute and cotton are fiber crops. The climatic conditions necessary for growth of jute and are high temperature, heavy rainfall, and high humidity. Similarly, for the growth of cotton, high temperature, light rainfall, bright sunshine are required.
Yes. Okay, mark the answers in the book only. First of all, you should know what are fiber crops. Okay, so which are the fiber crops which gives you thread for making clothes or ropes? So that is cotton and jute. So cotton and jute are the fiber crops. So पहले आप क्या करोगे? First you will just write down the headings. Okay, so you will write this answer separately, first for cotton and then second for jute. So first you will write, for example, heading you will write cotton, okay, and then under that you will write the climatic conditions required. Then you will write number 1, high temperature. Okay, are you getting me how I'm telling you? So first you will write the heading cotton. Under that you will write high temperature. Mark it, it is given 45 page. Page number 45 under cotton. You will write high temperature, light rainfall, 210 frost-free days and bright sunshine. So that will make your 3 points. First point, high temperature. Second point, light rainfall. Third point, 210 frost-free days. And fourth point will be bright sunshine. So 4 conditions are there. 4 climatic conditions are required for the growth of the cotton. Okay, then you will write next second heading, that is jute. So jute you will write the heading. Then under that you will write the climatic conditions that it requires. First of all, you will write that it grows on alluvial soil, then high temperature, heavy rainfall, humid climate. So again 4 points you will make under jute. Clear? There should be no any confusion because I'll check the notebooks now. Physically also I can ask the notebook. So be updated if your any work is pending, and you have to write these question answers properly as the way I'm telling you. Clear? Cotton and jute, separate headings, and under that subheadings you have to write. It is clearly given in the book what are the climatic conditions that are required. Then next, pick the correct answer. First one, horticulture means, raise your hands. Horticulture means what? Options are growing of fruits and vegetables, primitive farming, or growing of wheat. Okay, Lavanya. Lavanya and mute.
Growing of fruits and vegetables.
Yes, horticulture means growing of fruits and vegetables. And one more thing comes under. Can anyone tell me that? I told you 3 things come under horticulture. They have mentioned only 2. Growing of fruits and vegetables. One more thing is there. Can anyone
Growing
tell?
of fruits and flowers.
Yes,
Flowers.
very
Growing
good.
of
Flowers also.
flowers.
Yes. So horticulture, growing of fruits, vegetables and flowers on a large scale. Okay, but here only fruits and vegetables are written. Fine. Second is golden fiber refers to tea, cotton, jute. Very simple. Ishita.
Jute.
Jute.
Did I ask you, Saksham? Okay, yes, answer is jute. So jute is known as golden fiber. Why? Because it looks like a golden rope, golden thread like. The color of the jute is golden. Then leading producers of coffee. Is it Brazil, India or Russia?
Brazil.
Yes, it's Brazil. Okay, don't give the answer like this. I'll take the name and then you say. Okay, third one, give reasons and just distinguish. These 2 questions are important for long answers. So first, give reasons. They say that in India, agriculture is a primary activity. Why so? So you have to give the reason that why agriculture is a primary activity. Ankit. Yes, Ankit.
And agriculture is a primary activity because it involves growing of crops and fruit vegetables, and it is a primary activity since it directly involves in natural resources. In India, large number of people, due to lack of literacy, prefers agriculture because they feel comfortable with the agriculture. And
yes, you've taken the answer from Baiju, no? Anyways.
मैम आपको कैसे पता?
क्यों? आप if you can access Byju, can't I do that? आपको कैसे पता? I know which
मैम मैं यूज
all
करता ही
sites
नहीं
are
बायजूस
there.
वगैरह.
हाँ? NCERT
मैम
solutions
आई
कर
डोंट
लो,
यूज
everything
बायजूस
will be.
एंड वेदांत एक्सेट्रा.
So that's fine, no problem. See, if you're taking help, then it's
मैम
no
बट आई
problem.
डोंट
But if
यूज.
you're just
मैम आई
copying it,
डोंट यूज दैट साइट.
okay, fine. But if you, I'm just telling you, it's fine to take help.
मैम आई डोंट यूज साइट.
There's no harm in taking help. But if you just copy the answers without understanding, that will harm you. Okay, but now see, we have understood the chapter. If just for the clarity you want to see the framing of the answers, then it's fine. But don't just copy it. Okay, you take the help and try to pen it down in your own language. That is good for you. But if you are just copying without understanding, that will harm you. But I know you all have understood the chapter. It is easy. So then there's no harm. Okay, so first, it is in India, agriculture is a primary activity. Why is it so? First of all, you should know that why primary activity means what? That involves directly the resources. So first point will be it directly involves natural resources. So that's why it is called a primary activity. Then you will write that it includes growing crops, fruits, vegetables, flowers, and rearing of livestock. Then what Ankit said, that in India, huge number of people derive their activity from their ancestors. कि अगर आपके forefathers, आपके ancestors, father, or they are all engaged in agriculture activity, so then it is easy for you also to continue the same occupation. Okay, because you get the help, you get the experience from your ancestors. So due to lack of literacy also in general, I told you this is the condition that in India, farming is taken as a profession that does not require any education. But it is not so. But this is a kind of mentality in India that farmers, they say कि चलो कुछ नहीं पढ़ना, कुछ नहीं करना, कोई बात नहीं, खेती कर लो. Okay, so that is still that thinking is there in India, but it is in USA and all, it is not like that. So there the farmers are well educated that they can think for themselves that how to improve their agriculture and all. They have the latest machinery, they have the latest technologies, everything they know. But here it is, the scene is quite different. Okay, so in India, a huge number of people derive the activity from their ancestors due to lack of literacy in general. Farmers prefer agriculture since they acquire the required skills from their ancestors, so feel comfortable with it. Because if anyone in the family is involved in agriculture, so that means they know how to do it. So then they feel comfortable continuing that only. And you know that 2/3 of India's population is still dependent on agriculture. So all these factors makes agriculture as a primary activity. Clear? Then next is different crops are grown in different regions. Now what can be the reason for this one, for this statement? They say that different crops are grown in different regions. What can be the reasons for this also now? Who will tell? Raise hands. I can't see. Wait. Okay. Yes, Valpreet will tell. Valpreet tell.
Different crops are grown in different regions because each crop needs a specific amount of water, soil type, and fertility.
Yes, very simple, because you know that there are variety of crops grown across the world, and the conditions, the climate, the requirement for each and every crop is different. ठीक है, आप एक ही सॉइल में हर तरह की क्रॉप नहीं उगा सकते हो. So every crop require different conditions. So you can say that what will be the reason? So it is, see, growing of the crops requires different conditions. So type of climate of a place or region, that also determines amount of rainfall in a particular place, then favorable topography of soil, Demand of produce means what is the demand of the produce and in that area, and what is the labor and technology level in that area. So if in that area, that how much labor is available and what kind of technology is used, then different lifestyles of people staying at a particular place or region. So all these factors. So that's why we say that different crops are grown in different regions, because in different regions the conditions are you can say different. Okay, so that is not favorable. One kind of conditions are not favorable for all the crops. So all the crops, different crops, they require different conditions to grow. Clear? So all these points will come in this one. Then next is distinguish. Distinguish between primary activities and tertiary activities. In the very beginning of the chapter, if you remember, I had told you that what are primary activities, what are secondary, and what are tertiary activities. Can anyone tell me? Raise your hands for the answers if anyone can give me the distinguish between these two. Okay, Shaurya. Yes, Shaurya, tell.
Primary activities which involves direct extraction and production of natural resources are called primary activities. And secondary activities are those activities which are concerned with the processing of natural resources.
Tertiary. Secondary is not asked. क्या पूछा है यहाँ पे? Tertiary sector पूछा है. Primary and tertiary में you have to distinguish, not the secondary one. Okay. Anyone else want to try? You just give me 1 point, then later on I can elaborate. Yes, Gurasis.
Ma'am, primary
Not Arpit, Gurasis.
Primary activities include all those connected with extraction and production of natural resources, whereas tertiary activities provide support to primary and secondary sectors through services. Example, trade, transport, trade, banking, insurance, and advertising.
Yes, exactly. So you know that 3 sectors are there: primary sector, secondary sector, and tertiary sector. So if you want to distinguish between primary sector and tertiary sector, so you know, just now we have read that under primary sector comes what? Agriculture. Agriculture means production of the crops, that comes under agriculture. That is a primary sector. So it is, see in this you can see that primary sector, it is known as agriculture and allied services sectors, means all that related with the agriculture. So this sector produce goods and services by exploiting natural resources. So they use natural resources and they produce goods in the primary sector. Okay, so this sector is unorganized and use traditional techniques, means it is not that the whole of the agriculture they are using one kind of technology only. So that's why it is said that it is unorganized, because some people they use traditional techniques and some people are using machinery. So that is why it is unorganized. And which all activities comes under this? Activity related to agriculture, forestry, fishing, mining, animal husbandry, all are included in this sector, which directly involves the exploitation of the natural resources. ठीक है, fishing में भी आप fishes को पकड़ रहे हो, mining में you are taking out the minerals, forestry you are cutting down the trees, animal husbandry you are rearing the livestock. So the sector continue to be the largest employer in most of the developing nations like that of India. So सबसे ज़्यादा जो employment होती है, that is in the primary sector. Okay, so this sector, it is the largest employer in most of the developing nations. And if you see tertiary sector, it is known as service sector. Okay, इसको service sector बोलते हैं, means all the services which are provided like banking हो गया, insurance हो गया, trading हो गया, communication हो गया. So this sector provides useful services to primary and secondary sector. So this is like a supporting sector. ये sector support करता है primary और secondary को. Okay, and secondary sectors for the smooth functioning of their working. So this tertiary sector, it is providing services so that both these two sectors are functioning properly. It is organized sector and it uses better techniques. And services, which are the services that are related in tertiary? It is banking, insurance, trade, and communication come in this sector. And this sector's sharing in the employment is increasing, means this sector is booming, you can say. Means it is still spreading and it is creating new employment opportunities for the people. Clear? So secondary sector lies in between. So you can go through it. It is just the in between, intermediate between the primary and the tertiary. So in this sector is also important because our next chapter, that is industries, will be falling under this secondary sector. Okay. So I hope it is clear. Primary and tertiary, it is clear. I hope it's clear. If any doubt, you can still ask. Okay, the last question is distinguish between subsistence farming and intensive farming. Yes, who can tell the answer? Subsistence and intensive. So if you remember, can anyone tell me the types of farming here? Who can tell me? These are the old hands raised or the new ones? Okay, Arpit, yes. Arpit, tell the types of farming.
Ma'am, subsistence farming is that type of practice in which the farmer raises agriculture crops for himself or his family.
Okay.
Ma'am, intensive farming is an agriculture practice in which efforts are made to increase production, added units of labor and capital, and raise to 3 crops in a year.
Yes, very good. So see, there is very little difference in between. So if you talk about types of farming, हमने पढ़ा था. So in types of farming, 2 types of main farming are there. That is subsistence farming and commercial farming. Then under subsistence farming, again 2 types are there. Which are the 2 types under subsistence farming?
Intensive and primitive.
Yes, intensive subsistence and primitive subsistence. And further again under primitive 2 types are there. That is
Shifting cultivation, nomadic herding.
Shifting cultivation and nomadic herding. Very good. So if this is clear to you, you can easily distinguish also. So there is very little difference. Subsistence farming or intensive subsistence, they are of the same time, but there is very little difference, as Arpit has very nicely said, that in subsistence farming, the primary priority is given to the existence of the farmer only. Means farmers family need is given the priority. उसमें सिर्फ प्रायोरिटी होती है फैमिली नीड को ही अपने आप को सर्वाइव करना. मीन्स जस्ट लुकिंग आफ्टर योर एग्जिस्टेंस एंड देयर आर नो चांसेस फॉर द सेलिंग. Means there is no any surplus production that can be sold in the market. So only it is just looking after the needs of the family. But in intensive subsistence, intensive means you put more efforts and more hard work. Intensive का मतलब ही वो होता है. Intensive means hard work is required, more labor is required. So in intensive subsistence means more hard work, more labor, more efforts. So in that there are chances of commercial farming also. उसमें थोड़े chances हो जाते हैं commercial farming में. Means the farmer is fulfilling the needs of his family also, and as well as he is also trying to sell the surplus production in the market also to earn some profit. ठीक है? Subsistence farming में only the family's needs are looked upon, but in intensive subsistence, after looking out for the family, then there is a little more production which can gain some profit to the farmers. Clear? I hope it's clear. So now you can see that subsistence farming, it is mainly practiced to meet the needs of farmers' families. If अपनी family को देखना है, there is no chance, no scope of commercial farming here. But in intensive farming, the farmers try to get the maximum possible output from the small plot of land. So extra efforts are required here. And the farmers in subsistence, they use primitive methods to produce a variety of crops. Means there is no high-tech machineries involved, nothing very, only household, the family people, the members of the family can work and they can produce their crops. Okay, what all they want to produce on a small piece of land. So they do not require any latest machinery or latest methods. So primitive methods में जैसे वो उनके पास animals होते हैं, oxen होते हैं, they can plow the field. But in intensive farming, the farmers use simple tools and machinery on rent. So इसमें थोड़ा सा ज़्यादा effort होता है. So they are using tools and sometimes machinery on rent, as you have seen the example of Munna Lal. So he was taking the tractor on rent, okay, for the plowing. So that comes under intensive farming. So then subsistence, there is little use of chemical fertilizers as it is not required because अपनी सिर्फ family की needs देखी जा रही है. But in intensive farming, chemical fertilizers are used to enhance fertility of the soil. But here, because the farmer is looking for the selling also, for some profit also, so then he is putting little more efforts than just looking after his family needs. So this type of farming has no economic output. कि इसमें से कुछ उसको benefit नहीं हो रहा है, it is only just fulfilling his family's needs. ठीक है? But in intensive subsistence, it has some economic value. So इसमें first of all, family's needs will be fulfilled, and other than that, a farmer will be left with some produce that can be sold, and that will gain him some profit and economic value also. Okay, in subsistence farming, household labor is sufficient, means the members of the family do the work, but in intensive farming, abundant human labor is required. Yeah, so this is the difference between subsistence farming, and under that there is intensive subsistence. So which farming is there in India now? I hope it is more clear to you now that it is intensive farming that is practiced in India. So intensive farming means the farmer is looking after the family's needs also, and as well as they are also trying to make some profit. So that is intensive farming that is practiced in India. Clear? All clear? Is there any doubt? Now, do you want me to discuss the puzzle, or shall we move ahead with the industries?
Puzzle.
Puzzle?
Puzzle.
Have you solved it?
Yes, ma'am.
Because I have not solved it,
Yes,
so you
ma'am.
have to help me out. Okay. Okay, first let me stop this sharing. No problem. Okay, yes. So first of all, because I always like these solving these kind of puzzles. In newspaper also it comes now. Okay, first one, across. Crop that needs well drained. Don't shout the answer. Okay, I'll ask. So crop that needs well drained fertile soils, moderate temperatures, and lots of sunshine. So one across. Arman Kapoor.
Maize.
Yes, very good. It is maize. Some I have solved, some I have not. So I was just doing it before the beginning of the class, but I couldn't do complete. Okay, first write down maize. Second, increasing production through use of HYV seeds, chemical fertilizers, and pesticides. This I couldn't get personally. Can anyone help me? Okay, Parneet.
Green revolution.
Green revolution. Is it so? Because they have written 5 and 10. So 2 words are there. First word of 5 letters and second word of 10 letters. Do you agree? Do you all agree with Parneet?
Green revolution. Yes, ma'am.
Okay, then let me write. Thank you for helping me also. Okay. Fine. Then next is fourth, USA, Canada, Russia, Australia are major producers of this crop. Fourth across. Who will tell the answer?
Beef.
Kya beef? Who has not still raised hand? Yes, Pranjal Batra. Yes, Pranjal. Pranjal, unmute yourself. Where are you? Yes, tell me the answer quick. We have 2 minutes. You have to solve this fast. We can't hear you, Pranjal. You are not audible. USA, Canada, Russia, Australia are major producers of this crop. So which crop they are talking about? Fourth across. Speak loudly, Pranjal. Wheat? Is she saying wheat?
Yes.
Is it right? Okay, yes, fine. So 4th,
Yes,
right?
ma'am.
Wheat, WHEAT, right. 10th, type of farming to meet family needs. Just now we have done. 10th of across. Gauri will tell the answer. Yes, Gauri.
Subsistence.
Very good. Subsistence. So write down in 10th across. I hope you understand across boxes are like this and down are like this. Okay, across like this. So in 10, write subsistence. SUBSISTENCE, subsistence. Then next, rearing of animals for sale. 13th across. 13th across. Who will tell me? Rearing of animals for sale. Balpreet.
Livestock.
No, Harkirat. Harkirat will tell. This is Harkirat. Can you tell? Harkirat is not there. Yes, Harkirat, you are raising hand. I'm asking you to unmute.
मैम हूँ मैम एक बार क्वेश्चन रिपीट कर दो.
Rearing of animals for sale.
मैम कमर्शियल फार्मिंग.
You have to see the boxes also. आपके पास boxes हैं 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. 9 boxes में how can you fit commercial farming over there? So rearing of animals.
मैम कमर्शियल फार्मिंग.
Anyone can give me the answer. Rearing of animals for livestock तो animals को बोलते हैं. Rearing of animals for sale. Animal husbandry क्या होती है? Husbandry will come. Fit HUSBANDRY, husbandry. Means the terms which are not there in the chapter that you don't know, right? Husbandry. Then growing grapes for wine. All of you tell.
Viticulture.
Viticulture. Very good.
Viticulture.
So be over. So down you do it yourself and then we can discuss. Okay, it's very